My name is John Lindsay Poland. I coordinate the Wage Peace program of the American Friends Service Committee in San Francisco, California in the United States. And for the last 25 years, I've focused on U.S. military policy and human rights in Latin America.
My name is Joseph Gerson. I work for the American Friends Service Committee, which is a Quaker-based justice and peace organization in the United States. It has a Nobel Peace Prize. I do a lot of both education and organizing related to U.S. foreign and military policies. Our Peace and Economic Security program focuses primarily on the U.S. wars in the Middle East and in military preparations in Europe, confrontation with Russia.
Military bases are the infrastructure for waging war. The rationale changes, but the attempt to use those bases in order to control U.S. relations or kind of the destinies of those countries has continued throughout, despite the changes in rationale.
To understand NATO, which provides ultimately the foundation for the U.S. having the Ramstein base, it was designed as not only to contain the Soviet Union, which really was not a threat in 1949, but also to cap German militarism and to reinforce U.S. control over Western Europe. And Ramstein has been a central pillar in all of this. So on the one hand, to understand its political and military function within Europe, but then as we know, Ramstein played a central role in the continuing war in Afghanistan, a war fought in violation of the UN Charter, and which has had devastating consequences for the people of Afghanistan. And as you know, Ramstein is the center of AFRICOM.
There is a global terrorism campaign far beyond any other. It's Obama's drone campaign. That's a terrorist campaign of a scale that has never existed in the past. This campaign is formally, officially, explicitly aimed at people who the government suspects might someday want to harm us. Might someday want to harm us. They have to be killed along with anybody else who's standing around. If Al-Qaeda or anyone came out with a campaign like that, we would be beyond scandalized. We'd probably nuke them. But that's official policy supported by the Western countries. Now, that's a serious problem. Global terrorism is a serious problem, and this is right at the top. We can go on and think of plenty of others.
I would say that for people who are opposing military bases, that is a necessary ingredient. That people take action directly. It's important to educate, it's important to use media, it's important to use legislative vehicles, but showing physically, because these are physical manifestations of war infrastructure, and showing that a population is opposed. I'm not suggesting any kind of property destruction or violence, but using nonviolent action, I think, is very key for opposing these bases.